Hello, everybody, and welcome to Steinel America's micro webinar on our new mobile heat cordless tools. Our presenter today is our National Accounts Manager, Steve Daramo. If you have any questions, please put them in the questions window and we will get to them at the end of the webinar. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Jen, and welcome everybody. Today, we're really excited about the new mobile heat series of battery-operated heat tools that we're presenting. This is a long time coming. We've been talking about these for a couple years now, and finally Germany is getting them to us to where, we're really, really excited for what's coming down the pike, with these tools. For those of you who don't know about Steinel, just a really quick little bit about us. We like to think of ourselves as the inventor's company. We think outside the box and scrutinize things that are normally taken for granted and provide value-added functions and features without the added costs. We like to, with technology invention in our veins, we think out without restrictions and, putting intelligent products that meet the most exacting of demands. Steinel tools, we pride ourselves on the quality of our tools. We make them durable, smart, efficient, and safe. And everything you see in this presentation today is made in Europe by Steinel. So basically we have two models that are coming out, the Mobile Heat 3 and the Mobile Heat 5. They're going to be available in a wide assortment of ways to get it, either by itself or in kits with one battery, with a couple batteries and chargers. It's going to be a couple different options that I'll go over with in a couple minutes. But it's our most innovative heat tool, designed to be the most powerful mobile heat gun on the market, allowing for mobility without losing the power. And as you'll see in this little graph down below here, there's two different models. One of them is the Mobile Heat 3. It has two temperature settings of 570 and 930. And then, basically there's just the two different settings on that one. And then the Mobile Heat 5 is actually just like all of our other electronic guns in that you can toggle between 120 and 930 degrees by 10-degree increments. Some of the applications that we're really excited to get these guns into, obviously roofing repair is going to be huge for us. And normally in roofing repair, you have to go up there and set up a generator or some long cords to be able to do a small little repair. And what we're doing is eliminating that setup and tear down time for you. Same in all the other industries. Before in our line of tools, we had butane products, flame butane products that were our field maintenance tools that we offered to customers. And now we're able to offer them a heat gun so they can be exactly at what temperatures they need to be doing their stuff out in the field. So anything from roofing repair to wire harness manufacturing, aerospace manufacturing and repairs, automotive repairs, orthotic and prosthetics, industrial fabrics, tarps, tents, and awnings. These guys are, in window tinting, vehicle wraps, all these people that need to be out in the field and need to be away from an outlet. These tools are not going to replace your everyday heat gun if you are working in a manufacturing facility, or if you're doing roofing repairs all day long. You're not going to be using a battery that you're going to have to keep changing. You're going to use a corded tool. But when you're out and in the field and need to be mobile, this is the best tool for the job. The Mobile Heat 3. So here's some of the benefits and features. There's two temperature settings, like I mentioned, 570 and 930. And you do that by a toggle on the back. If you toggle to the left, you're at 570. If you toggle to the right, you're at 930. There is a trigger lock. And basically that's like a safety on a weapon, whereas you have to push this safety button before you can pull the trigger so that it doesn't accidentally get knocked in the toolbox, or, while you're flying or something like that, it accidentally get turned on and waste the battery or start a fire. Rechargeable lithium ion 18-volt batteries. These are available in two models, a 5.5 amp hour or an 8 amp hour battery. Basically that what you get is a little more juice with the 8 amp hour battery. The one caveat to that is that those 8 amp hour batteries cannot be sent overnight on a plane. They have to go ground. So that has to be taken into account when you're thinking about planning a job. If you need more batteries, you're going to have to do that ahead of time and have those extra batteries there already, because they do take a little longer to get to you. These guns are compatible with all of our standard nozzles and our heat guard, and we actually have an adapter nozzle, which you'll see in an upcoming slide, that allows you to put all of our industrial nozzles onto this heat gun as well. So you can get all the roofing nozzles and all those different things on there as well. There is an LED light underneath the nose cone that allows to light up the workspace that you're working on. And then there's also some LED lights on the battery that when you push the button, it will tell you how much charge is left in the battery. It's pretty standard on batteries, like for your drills and whatnot at home. And then both of these heat guns have a quick heat feature. So when you first pull that trigger, it's going to heat up the heating element first before it kicks on the fan. And once your heat gun is to temperature, the fan, you'll hear the fan kick on, and that's just for power saving, saving that battery to make it last a little bit longer for each job. So some of the bells and whistles, as you can see, we'll kind of go around here. Stainless steel outlet nozzle, just like all of our heat guns. A removable guard sleeve, so you can put on the different attachments on the neck of the tool. The multi-function hanger, this works on the top there as obviously you can hang this tool from a work belt or workbench, but also allows for an infrared attachment to go on, which reads the surface of whatever you're working on. There's the air inlet where all the air is coming in to go through the heating element. There's a temperature selection display on this model. So what you'll see is the two different temperature ranges that you get on this gun. Basically, when you toggle that joystick below to the left, you'll get the 570, and then you toggle to the right and you get the 930 degrees. And as you can see down at the bottom there, this tool uses a CAS system battery. So basically what that means is any other drill, heat gun tool that uses a CAS battery will be compatible with this gun. I believe Metabo is a unit that uses something similar to this, and many more companies. So if you have one of these batteries, you're already set to go. Of course, it's a rechargeable battery, so there is like I said, that button on the bottom left or the front of the gun to you can check the charge of your battery while using it. Ergonomic soft grip, so for when you're using it all day long, your hands don't get tired and upset. And then there's that safety lock that I said. So basically, with your middle finger, you're going to push that safety lock while you pull that trigger with your index finger. And then there is that LED light under the nose cone there. The Mobile Heat 5 is a little bit different than the Mobile Heat 3 in that it has a few more bells and whistles. It still has some of the other features that the Mobile Heat 3 has, but this one has a couple different bells and whistles that are a little better. So instead of just the 2 temperature settings like the Mobile Heat 3, the Mobile Heat 5 goes from 120 degrees to 930 degrees by 10-degree increments. So what that means is there's a joystick on the back of the gun with a digital display. And as you turn that gun on, it's going to be at whatever temperature, and you can use that joystick to go up and down by 10-degree increments to get the perfect temperature to you within 5 to 10 degrees, or within 10 degrees of settings. And one of the nice features of this model also is that it has 4 preset settings on it, which you can adjust. So they're programmable, where you can adjust the heat and the airflow, the CFM, output settings, and then you can lock those in. So if you have a couple different applications that you work with different temperatures and airflow, you can lock those in so that you don't have to dial it in each time. You can just shuffle through the preheat settings, which you can adjust there. Again, the trigger lock for safety, rechargeable batteries, 18 volt, 5.5 and 8 amp hour batteries. Again, compatible with all our standard nozzles and heat guards. And again, with the industrial nozzles. The LED illumination on the base of the tool, and a quick heat feature, which again saves that battery by charging up the heating element first, then kicking on the fan. And here are some of the bells and whistles that go with that the gun. As you can see, many of them are exactly the same as the Mobile Heat 3. The only difference is that the programming that's on the inside of this tool. As you can see, there's the LCD display on the back of the gun, where you can see exactly what temperature you're running at in Fahrenheit. It has the ability to go to Celsius as well for those customers up in Canada. We can easily switch this over in the manual mode, basically to where you can switch it to Celsius. So if you need to be at Celsius, you can see it there as well. And then you have the 2 different buttons on the back. There's the button that is the preset button, which are the ones that are programmable, like I mentioned. And that's where you're going to toggle through those 4 different preset settings. And then the button on the right is it switches between the fan and the heat mode of what you're adjusting. So when you can actually adjust the CFM to about seven different settings of airflow And then that joystick is how you do a lot of it there. So that's pretty much the difference between those two. As you can see, everything else is pretty much the same. The ergonomic grip, the LED light, you know, the charge indicator on the battery, everything else is pretty much the same. Just has a little bit different software and bells and whistles on the back of the gun that make it a little better and more beneficial for someone that needs to be maybe in the middle of those two temperature ranges that are on the MH3. And then here's, as you can see, how these guns come. You know, there's many different options. You can buy the guns just by themselves in a case, no batteries. You know, if you already have some of the batteries, or maybe you're buying another one to go with your to complete your set. You know, you don't need all the batteries. You can buy just the guns with just the case. Then you can buy it with just one battery and charger in the case, or you can buy in a roofing kit, which the roofing kits come with the 2 batteries, a charger, and the adapter nozzle, and the 40mm slit nozzle, which allows you to weld the single ply and those kinds of things in the roofing industry. And then, of course, extra batteries and chargers can be bought separately, so that if you are doing a big job, you can actually have a couple extra batteries and not, you know, have any downtime waiting for those to recharge. Some of the accessories that go on these, because of this adapter nozzle, that's the dark gray nozzle you see in the top center there, all of our industrial nozzles will fit onto these tools, and then all of our standard nozzles will fit as well. Because there is a thermocouple in this gun, it allows it to restrict the airflow. If you were to put a restrictive nozzle on one of our competitors' battery operated heat guns, within about 30 to 90 minutes, that gun is going to get fried out from all that extra air coming back in and frying up the motors and circuit boards and whatnot. All of these nozzles and many, many more are available on Steinel.net. Once you click on a tool and down at the bottom, click on accessories, you can view all the accessories that'll work on each and every model that we sell. It's a nice little feature to find on our website there. And so some of the benefits of the mobile heats, you know, obviously in the roofing industry that we're really going to go after here with this tool for service and repair calls, you can, you know, obviously cut down your time by not having the setup and tear down time. So in the roofing or any other mobile heat place where you need to use a heat gun in the field, you're going to have to set up a generator or some kind of long power cord that, you know, that reaches to whatever you're working on. Maybe you're up on a cell phone tower and you have to drag an extension cord all the way up that tower. You know, this is going to help not have to do that. You're going to cut down time by not having to set up and tear down each job. You can just get out there, have your gun plugged in, or, you know, your batteries charged, and just go out and do a repair really quick. We're testing these 8-amp batteries at about 15 to 17 minutes each, and that's at max temperature, max airflow. So if you're using a lower temperature, lower airflow, you can easily get these batteries to last a little bit longer by not using it at full temperature. But if you have to, you know, 15 to 17 minutes, that's plenty of time to do a 4 to 6 foot repair on some TPO. But also with a couple extra batteries, you could be up there for a little bit longer as well. And of course, all of our other Steinel tools are available. These are the corded versions. You can see the good, better, and best that we offer. We have guns that start at about $39, the 1620 you'll see up the top left corner, that go to about $400, the 2620 with all the bells and whistles, about $350 to $400. And then obviously we have a bunch of different kits that these are available in as well, with different nozzles, or just the guns by itself in a box. So we have all different types of options to show you, to get your job done, whatever that application may be. Again, these can all be found at Steinel.net. You know, and one of the things Steinel prides itself on is the quality of the tools we make. I sleep very well at night knowing I sell a very good product, and we have less than 1% of returns come back to us. And usually when those returns come back, it's usually user error, that something's gone wrong, and we're easy to fix most of the tools. And one of the nice things about Steinel tools is they are all replaceable parts. So you can fix these tools when something goes wrong and not have to buy a whole new heat gun again. They're all high quality, made in Europe with rigorous testing. Every part is replaceable, like I just mentioned, easy to maintain, better technology, you know, programmable heat and CFM output settings, and also that thermocouple. There's thermocouples in these guns that aren't in some of our competition, that allows you to restrict the airflow and just do more applications that you can't do with theirs. And then they are the most specified tools in the industry. Boeing, NASA, Lockheed Martin, they all call out for our heat guns because they are good quality tools that last and get the job done. And then maximum efficiency, like I showed you some of those nozzles, we have some nozzles for every type of application you can pretty much think of with a heat gun. We have a nozzle for it to help speed up the process or help get that job done properly. So check out our website, you can find them all there. And then safety first, these are all ergonomically designed. A lot of our tools have a flashing LED indicator on the top of it that allows you to see that the heat gun is hot. So if you go get a cup of coffee and come back, your heat gun is still flashing red. You're not going to touch the nozzle and burn yourself. So those are some of the bells and whistles of Steinel. The new mobile heat series, we're very excited about its launch. We're expecting these guns in any day. Where they're sitting at customs currently. So we do have these, we already have some orders being taken. We are taking more orders as we speak. So get your orders in. But we're waiting on customs. As we all know, the shipping and delays these days are a little extreme because of everything that's going on in the world. Our normal shipments are, we're taking a couple days, are now taking 2 weeks. So we're backed up a little bit, but we do have these tools coming in any day now, and we're ready to get these going. So please reach out to your regional sales manager. If you don't know who that is, check out steinel.net. There is a map there where you can click on your state. It'll show you whoever's there to help you. And you can reach out to myself or any of the emails or phone numbers you see on the screen right now. That I'll leave this up for a little bit as we finish up. You can write these down. But we're very happy to help. We're happy to help you answer any questions. Send some samples of any of our tools you'd like to try first before you buy it. With the mobile heats, we're going to be a little less hesitant to send those out just because of the numbers we have coming in. We're going to want to fulfill those orders first before we send out those samples. But we will get some samples out there and get them out for everyone to try before they buy it. Mobile heat and all Steinel tools they're built to last. They're good quality tools. They're durable, smart, efficient, and safe. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for taking the 20 minutes to join us today. If there's any questions, Jen, I'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, thanks, Steve. We do have a few questions. First question, what is the warranty on these tools?
Well, all Steinel tools have a 1-year warranty with the exception of that heating element. Those heating elements are about 500 man hours, which is pretty standard in the industry. And basically, it's a matter of on the digital guns, we can pop in and see how many hours you've actually used them. But in general, you're gonna keep that. You're not gonna hit that 500 hours unless you're using it 8 hours a day for many days. It's gonna take you a long time to hit that 500 man hours, and you're probably gonna go over a year first before you do that. But like I said, we have a less than a 1% return rate on all of our tools. So you're getting a good quality tool when you buy a Steinel.
Okay. How soon will they be available to ship?
To ship, yeah. Like I said, we are expecting them in any day. They are at customs as we speak. We're just kind of waiting for them to release the shipment and get it over to us. So we're hoping to have them within the week, but as we all know, the things going on these days, it could be 2 or 3 weeks. So we're kind of hoping and kind of saying by the end of the month we should have these to ship and be ready to go. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. What are the weight of these units?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head their exact weight. I apologize for that. But I can tell you that the majority of the weight is in the battery. The gun itself is very light and very compact and ergonomically fit. And the balance of these tools is perfect. The engineers in Germany have designed it to where it really doesn't feel like you're holding that much weight in your hand. And as you're using it, it's a lot like using a drill or a cordless drill or anything like that. If you have any of those tools at home, it's very similar in weight to a cordless drill. That's kind of a good comparison to what I could tell you is how much they weigh. I don't know the exact. I apologize again for not having that data in front of me. But if you do reach out to us, we can send you a data sheet that has all that information. I apologize. I just didn't include it. I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Is the adapter nozzle compatible with TE connectivity nozzles?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head which nozzles you're speaking of. I'd be happy to answer those questions. Again, our data sheet will tell you the diameters of those nozzles and the adapter nozzle, that kind of thing. TE Equipment is I believe, a distributor of ours, and a great company by all means. But I don't know if their nozzles will fit on our guns exactly. So it'd be something you'd have to test out yourself, or have us send you that adapter nozzle to try out with those nozzles. And we'd be happy to do that. So again, reach out to one of your regional sales managers and we can test that for you.
And I just wanted to follow up. I did pull up the data sheet while you were answering that question, Steve, and the weight of the bare tool without the battery of the MH3 is 1.5 pounds, actually, for the MH3 and MH5, to give more
Yeah, so like
clarity
I said,
on.
the main weight is in that battery.
Yeah. Okay. What is the pricing of these tools?
These tools are going to run, I don't have all of them off the top of my head, but like I said, the gun itself, and then you can get it in the kits. And I believe the roofing kit, like the MH5 roofing kit, is around $700. I'm not exactly sure on the price 100%. And again, we can send you all this pricing. I just didn't have that included in my presentation, because different distributors may be able to give you different discounts. We do have a manufacturer's advertised price that we put out there. But again, we don't sell direct by any means. We only sell through distribution. And so I would reach out to any of your distributors that you buy your heat guns through, and they'll be able to give you their pricing, as they can give you discounts depending on how much you buy and all that kind of good stuff.
Thanks. What is the cool down process for these tools?
There is no cool down process needed. It's one of those things where you're just going to turn it right off when you let go of that trigger. And basically, what these tools are designed for, that they do not need to be cooled down. They're basically, you can turn it down to its lowest setting and turn it and let it go down that way, but you're just going to drain that battery. So, one of the reasons they designed it this way is because most people don't want to drain their battery and have a cool down setting. So they are designed to not need it. And that's the same with all of our tools. Most of our tools do have a cool down stage, but these do not, simply because they're designed to save the battery life.
Do you recommend cooling the gun when finished?
I like to say, with our normal corded tools, I do like to say that I recommend everybody cool their tool down, just because it's going to prolong the life of the gun. Like anything, the more you baby a tool, the longer it's going to last. But with these guns, Germany has told us, they are designed to not need a cool down. You could turn it down to its lowest temperature and just run it like that, and it will cool down a little quicker than being up at 930 degrees and just turning it off. But again, you're going to be wasting your battery. So if you're on a job and need to go to another job, you may not want to cool it down. But while you're cleaning up your tools and stuff, it really does cool down relatively quickly. It doesn't take too long. Like I said, any babying of tools is gonna prolong the life of it, but these are designed to not need a cool down switch or stage.
Okay, next question. Are the heating elements interchangeable with any of the other Steinel tools?
Sadly, these ones are not. These tools are going to be a consumable product, in that they're not going to have replaceable parts like our other models. But the majority of our tools do have replaceable parts. This is one of those ones that they're not going to be available for. It's just one of the things that Germany decided to do with this model.
Okay, next question. Does the mobile heat gun, 2 batteries, nozzle, and charger all fit into the case that it comes in?
Yes, it does. They do. When we first get them, the batteries come in boxes, and we actually have to take them out of the boxes to fit into the case. They will fit without the boxes. I believe when we first ship them, we're going to ship them separately. But then once you take them out of their individual boxes, the batteries, they will fit in there with the charger in the case. It's a tight fit, but it does fit.
Thank you. Will standard Dewalt Milwaukee batteries work on these guns?
Those will not. The only batteries that will work is the CAS system of batteries. like I mentioned in one of those slides there. So I believe Metabo uses that one and a few other tools I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, that's the system that Germany decided to go with, and that's what we're having to use. So no, Dewalt or Milwaukee or any other standard batteries that are out there will not, sadly, work on this tool. You will need to get the Steinel or CAS brand tools or batteries, excuse me.
Is the SNT34075 discontinued? If so, what's the replacement? It's the 1750 Ultra Heat blower.
Okay, well, yeah, actually, that is discontinued, and we did not come out with anything to replace that. That is a blower, a heat blower is what we called it. It was something that was just designed for Steinel America, and it just wasn't selling very many of them, so they decided to discontinue it. That's one that actually does not have a replacement, but any of our other heat guns can do pretty much the same thing as that gun. They just don't, they can achieve all the same temperature ranges. We just don't have a gun that blows quite as much as that one. So that's unfortunate, but yes, it is discontinued. I apologize.
Okay, thank you, Steve. That's all the questions we have right now.
Well, thank you, Jen, and thank you everyone for taking 30 minutes out of your time. I hope it was informative. Again, if I didn't answer any of your questions, please do feel free to reach out to me or any of the regional sales managers, and we'll be happy to answer your questions and hopefully get these tools going here in the next couple weeks as they come into us. And again, reach out to your regional sales manager. They'll be able to tell you exactly the day we get them in and we're shipping them out. So thank you again. I hope you have a great day and the rest of the week.